What exactly are they supposed to do, and then how will that partnership come into being with government?
I mean, let's say if you're in control of your environment, I'm sure you wouldn't allow exploitation of the environment to damage your environment.
Okay.
While it is easy to do is that somebody takes over and has a contractual obligation, so to say, with a third party, whereby maybe some E&P companies, they are not responsible to the people who live or own the environment. They are responsible to somebody somewhere. In this instance, is the federal government. So maybe they don't feel it, because federal government, in quotes, does not live in the Niger Delta, although some people in federal government could come from there. So whatever is done does not impact on the federal government. But if I'm responsible for dealing with, I mean, if let's say I have oil in my area, and I decide to exploit it, and if I don't have the technology, I will call ABCD, then of course I'll set the template, because I don't want you to damage my environment. It's easier to damage it when somebody else, third party, enters into a contract with somebody who is not there. Then if it's damaged, then maybe me would then come and complain to him, say, they've damaged my environment.
Before
then
he will now
then
come.
whenever he wakes up and decides to, those are the fundamental issues which we are not addressing, and that's the way it really should be, and we have to realize that sooner or later, but sooner than later.
But if we are saying that the people will have a kind of first hand contract with those who will come and explore, their resources, does that mean that we're giving them a kind of a freedom, to allow those operations to take place without a kind of contact or a kind of partnership with the federal government?
Whichever government, federal or state, I'm saying that if oil is in my backyard, okay, I am the person who should reach out to other parties. Let's say government, let's say if I don't have the technology myself, because I could have the technology, then I look at which company can help exploit this thing.
Okay.
Then in that instance, I'll be dictating to say, no matter what happens, my environment should not be damaged. Government, maybe you can come and be part of this, vis-a-vis that maybe you might have more, will I call it, resources.
Okay.
Then if you bring some resource, then I should be able to say, yeah, your resource is worth X, okay? So I'm talking as a thing is sitting in my backyard, okay? Not you telling me that, come on, this doesn't belong to you, and I'm still living there.
Well, the situation is different today.
That's why it's not working.
And we're looking at the condition of the people who live in that area. How do we go forward now, if we're to look at it holistically?
Yeah, that's
the situation.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Sometimes we look for palliatives, but we are interested in, at least at the Southeast South professional level, on going forward the right way.
Okay.
And that means, yes, we should treat things the way it should be treated, whether oil or not oil, because we overemphasize this oil matter.
Yeah.
It is, if resource belongs to somewhere or somewhere, okay, how could it be done in an equitable manner? Not whether it's oil or not oil, but we've ended up making oil to be something that it should not be. Okay, so in that instance, when you look at how do you handle all the resources, we know how things should be done. Like I said, people would want to exploit resources to their advantage, not to their disadvantage. Nobody will want to do it at disadvantage. Okay? So that will involve all the planning. But if we are to pick oil, it means that going forward, the people who the oil resources are sited, are found in their areas, will have to be the major partners
Okay.
in deciding how we go forward with regards to the oil. And being major partners entails that they'll be looking at it that, yeah, this oil, I mean, they could refer you to Loibiri. Yeah, oil came from there, but look at how it is now.
Yeah.
And that's why you have some states like Delta now talking about life beyond oil, which is what we, because we've made ourselves to appear, and Nigeria as a country like oil has become our oxygen. If there's no oil, we'll die.
Life.
Okay, but that's not what it should be. So the people will also be able to plan that this oil is something that is just one of those resources that found itself there, maybe by act of God. Let us use it in a sustainable manner, so that it becomes more of a catalyst for development and not a catalyst for underdevelopment, which it is right now. So that's the way forward. Oil and others will be treated the same way. So it will be exploited in such a manner that it will be sustainable. And sustainability entails making sure that the environment is key.